Are you listening?
Ricky J Sports.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Ricky J from Ricky J Sports, and we all know that some curses in life are fake. However, there are some curses in our lives that are so real it's kind of scary. And the newest curse that was brought to my attention was the cover athlete on all the UFC EA Sports video games. Now, let me take you back last year. The original UFC game came out, and on the cover of that game was Johnny Bones Jones, the ex-UFC light heavyweight champion, and Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. And Gustafsson was voted in by the fans. I remember it was between Gustafsson and GSP. Now, we all know what happened to Jon Jones. When he got on that cover, later on in that year, he got caught for all these crimes, man. These misdemeanors, getting into car accidents, doing drugs, and eventually he was stripped of his UFC light heavyweight title, which was devastating for the sport and devastating for Johnny Bones Jones. Now, for Alexander Gustafsson, prior to being on the UFC cover, he won a bunch of fights in the row, taking out Mauricio Shogun Rua, Thiago Silva, Matt Hamill, just to name a few. And before he got on the cover, he lost in a war against Jon Jones. It was an unbelievable fight, probably going to go down as one of the best fights in UFC history. But ever since then, he lost to Anthony Johnson and Daniel Cormier. And since he's been on the cover, he's lost 2 fights in a row. And now he's contemplating at age 29 of retiring because he just doesn't feel that he can compete anymore. But before he was on the cover, he was an up-and-coming star, and everybody thought he would be the next UFC light heavyweight champion. Now, fast forwarding to currently, on the cover of the new game that's coming out on March 15th, we have Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor. And I know you're probably chuckling at your desk or at your couch right now because you all know about Ronda Rousey, an unbelievable superstar, probably the biggest superstar in the UFC, and she was undefeated going into her fight against Holly Holm. And at that point, she was already put on the cover before the fight, and you guys all know she got KO'd and lost her title. But before being on the cover, she was undefeated, arm-barring everybody and everyone. Now, you guys all know about Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was, before his fight with Jose Aldo for the featherweight champ, the UFC made an announcement saying that the winner of the Aldo-McGregor fight will be on the cover of the new video game. And McGregor won in 13 seconds, KOing Aldo. And then in his next fight, he lost to Nate Diaz. And you guys all know that. He lost to Nate Diaz, snapping his 15-fight winning streak. And since he's been on the cover, he's 0-1. So if I was a UFC athlete, I would say, I do not want to be on the cover of the EA Sports game. It is a fresh curse. And it is pretty scary to know that the 4 people that were on the cover have all had terrible outcomes since being on the cover. But anyhow, who do you guys think is going to be on the cover in UFC 3 that's probably coming out next season? What advice would you give these athletes? Do you think this curse is real, or do you think I'm just full of baloney? Anyways, people, sound off on the comment section below. If you haven't yet, join my UFC Prediction League. It's a lot of fun. You can win great prizes. I'll put the link in the description below. All the best, guys. This is Ricky J from Ricky J Sports, and
You are awesome.